Welcome to It's Not Really About Dance, a podcast on all of the things we're learning about raising healthy, happy, and wholesome kids and teenagers in today's world through the context of competitive dance. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Beth, and we believe that competitive kids' activities are about way more than performance or awards. They're about teaching resilience, humility, confidence, and heart. Each episode, we'll use the context of dance to dive into real talk, practical tips, and stories to inspire you to parent with purpose.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back. You might, if you are looking at the video version of this, you might notice an extra screen. This is a different kind of episode, and it's been a little while since we've been with you guys. We have been living some life.
It's been busy.
Yes, since the last time we were on here, and podcasting has been hard to fit in. Just being honest.
Schedules are tough.
Yes. So we have been really excited about this episode, though, and wanted to make sure that we did it well when we had plenty of time to prepare for it. So we've got something special. We're going to kind of flip the tables a little bit today. We have some special guests that we have invited on, and we're going to have the like a combo thing going on here where we are going to interview them a bit and they're going to interview us a bit today.
I'm excited.
So our guests today are our second-born daughters. This is my middle child and Sarah's youngest child. And so we are going to have them each introduce themselves to kind of kick this off today. And girls, if you guys will tell us, first of all, whose kids you are, and then how old you are, and the name that you would like us to call you for the purposes of this podcast today. So they've come up with names that are not their real names.
And we don't know what they are.
No.
So this should be interesting.
We told them not to tell us in advance. We did set some ground rules for what was allowable and not allowable. But here we go. So girls, we're going to turn it over to you. Whoever wants to go first, and then the other one.
Hi, I'm Beth's daughter, and I'm 12.
Okay, and what name would you like to go by today? My kid? No? Okay, they're signaling to us that we have to wait.
There's a reveal.
There's a reveal that has to happen here. Okay.
Hi, I'm Sarah's daughter, and I'm 10.
Okay, and what's this name that you're going to give us?
And this is a section that we like to call the New Kids on the Block.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jose, and I am Panchito.
Hey, and Panchito.
And together we are
Ponche. Well, this might make it kind of easy. So if we just want to ask you guys both at the same time, we'll be like, Ponche, what do you guys think? Okay. So
if you don't know, a ponche is also a dance term. So this is double layers of funny here.
Yes. And this is obviously an inside joke. Well, maybe anybody out there think they know who Jose and Panchito are. They'll pick up on them.
Figure it out.
Yeah. So my 12-year-old is Jose and Sarah's 10-year-old is Panchito. Yes? Okay, perfect.
Okay, sounds good.
Perfect.
The New Kids on the Block.
Okay, I like it. But I like just calling them Ponche.
I like Ponche. I'm here for this.
We will do it. Yes. Okay. So, all right, Ponche, we're going to ask you guys a couple of questions just to kind of get to know you a little bit. And I guess what we'll do here is I'll ask a question, and then if Jose, if you will answer first, like when your mom asks, you answer first. And then if Sarah asks a question, then Panchito will answer first. And then the other person can take a turn. Yes? Okay. All right. So first of all, I would just love to hear if you guys have a favorite memory from being a competitive dancer. Any special thing you'd like to share us? Go ahead.
Oh, one time we were on stage for awards at a dance competition, and all of a sudden the fire alarm went off, and everybody was freaking out to get off the stage, and we were all outside freaking out. Good times.
And you think that was a fun memory? Okay.
Maybe just one that stands out.
That's one that Sarah and I have had in our back pocket that we thought we will share on some episode about that crazy story. But yes, I do remember that very well.
Yes, and we were actually at that same dance competition this last weekend and did a little reminiscing. We're like, remember when the fire alarm went off when we were here?
Yeah,
that was fun.
The junior awards were at the same time that they had been that time when it was junior awards.
Sunday night.
at like 7:30 p.m. with all of the like,
And
preteen kids.
we were so ready to go home.
And I was like, if we just could not have a fire alarm tonight and go home, that would be amazing.
And then we did, and it was great.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Panchito, what's your memory?
So when I was younger, we did this dance called I Will Survive. And it was a jazz dance, and we had very sparkly costumes. And we had won an award, and I had to speak into the microphone. So the person asked me the questions like, where do you dance? And things like that. And then he asked me, what was your favorite part of your dance? And I said, my handstand. I had a special part, and it was a handstand. And then he asked me, is there anyone else you want to thank? And I said, no.
I mean, how old were you then? You were, what, like first
You're
grade?
probably like,
Second?
7 or 8, probably.
I think I was 7.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds right. I think that was 3 years ago. Yeah, I remember that. I was like, awesome. Thanks for all the support and appreciation of everything everyone has done to get you here. Just thinking no one. Okay. Next question. So, Panchito, you're going to start this time. We like to bring snackle boxes to competition weekends.
Yes, I love them. Me
They're
too.
a big hit, not just with you guys, but with a lot of people in our studio. So, what is your favorite competition weekend snack or food? This can include if we're somewhere and there is a restaurant that we don't have at home that you really like, or it can be something that you like in your snackle box.
This was a new thing, and we got it last time we went to a competition. Kava.
Yes, we love kava.
It's
All right.
amazing. It really
Jose?
is. My mom will go and she will get random snacks from a store that we've never heard of and put them in our snackle boxes. But I remember one time there was one empty compartment. So we went to the store. Me and my 2 other sisters got to pick any type of candy we want and put them in that one container. And it was the best.
I forgot that we did that. Maybe we should do that again. And
We really should.
Things will actually get eaten, unlike the dried fruit I put in last weekend that everybody.
That was disgusting.
Heaven forbid you have something healthy.
I ate the freeze-dried strawberries.
Sure. I was trying to mix things up and make it more fun, but what did you tell me? You said it tasted like something like rotten fruit snacks?
Yes, it was rotten fruit snacks. That is what it was.
Delicious.
They even looked like rotten fruit snacks. They were all brown.
That's what happens when you dehydrate bananas, or was it bananas?
No, it's like those ones that are kind of like almost like gummy. It was like
Yeah.
apricots
Ew.
and like
Yeah.
things like
Absolutely
that.
not. No,
bugs.
that's gross. Apricots?
I don't know what.
How do you do
all
that?
in there.
God.
That is disgusting.
Dried.
Yeah.
I prefer freeze-dried. And next time if you have an empty compartment, put some true fruit in there.
Well, yeah, true fruit is a hit because it is kind of expensive. We don't buy that all the time, but both of my girls like true fruit.
I got one 20 minutes ago.
Oh, yep. Yeah, we did a little snack on the way here since you were going to be doing some podcasting. Like a little extra treat. We do that. We'll do like little treat type things when we're going to be at a event like that. Panchito, you kind of already answered this. I don't know if it's the same thing, but what is your favorite dance role you've ever had or routine that you've been in your years? So, Jose, you go first.
And it could be Nutcracker or something at spring
Or spring
recital
show, competition.
or competition.
Yeah,
anything
any of
you've ever
those.
done.
In the Nutcracker of 2025, it was the best year because I got Clara and I was so happy.
It was so fun.
That was a big one
So
for you.
exciting.
Like every little girl's dream, right?
Yes, it was great because one of my best friends did it with me. And the year before, I was Fritz, and no one that I know of has gone straight like the next year from Fritz to Clara, so it was really fun.
You're just keeping it in the Stahlbaum family, right? You play the brother, then the sister. That was fun.
Maybe you'll be Mrs. Stahlbaum this year.
You gonna be the mom?
Absolutely not. I am way too short for that. I don't want Clara to be taller than me or Fritz to be taller than me.
This year, your Fritz was taller than you.
Yeah, and older than me.
Yep. Sometimes it's just how the casting works. Okay.
Okay, Panchito, what about you?
Well, Miss Beth, you said that it's every little girl's dream to be Clara, but it was always my dream to be Fritz.
Oh.
And same thing that Jose said in Nutcracker of 2025. I was Fritz
And you were a champion, awesome Fritz. Y'all both have been awesome Fritzes.
But we
Like,
were not siblings last year.
Yeah, you were not
It was
in the
sad.
same show. So our studio we do 3 Nutcracker performances and they triple cast. So there's 3 Claras and 3 Fritzes. That way more kids have more opportunities, one for each show. Jose and Panchito were not Clara and Fritz in the same show, but they have been party boys. Like last year it was
when Jose was Fritz, Panchito was a party boy
in the same show, and they
shows.
were pretty hilarious
And
together.
The photos of that are so good.
Panchito was like Fritz's best friend. Like, it wasn't casted as that, but she did the parts of Fritz's best friend.
Y'all were on stage beside each other a lot. So y'all did a lot of really fun, like, ad-libbing of things. I remember, like, at one point, one of the maids brought out, like a fake cake that was in the background, and y'all were not, prominent and featured on the stage in that moment. But I was watching you guys, and y'all were, like, fake stealing, like, sticking your finger in the cake and taking bites of it. And it, like, I know that y'all just made that up, and it was so funny. Like, y'all had lots of fun naughty little brother antics. It's almost like about being the younger sibling and tormenting your older sister.
Yeah, that is really fun.
Okay, next question. So, Panchito, this is going to you first. What is it like for your mom to have a dance podcast? How do you feel about that?
I don't really know. I know that, like, my older sister, she's a friend who listens to every single episode.
Yes, and we love that.
I don't know. I haven't really thought of it that way.
So you don't feel embarrassed?
I
about
don't
it or
feel
anything?
embarrassed or
You're
anything.
here on the show, so that's a good sign.
Yes, I'm very happy. I was very excited for this.
So I'm glad my friends don't listen to it. I don't want them to do that, but I'm glad I'm on it because this is fun. And I'm glad that my older sister, she did not want to be on the show, and she is really embarrassed about it. But my younger sister listens to every episode, and she's like telling her teacher about it and like everybody in the entire school.
Yeah, marketing manager.
Yep.
It's like, I don't really care about it. I won't go out of my way to tell people about it. And I also won't be like, don't listen to it. I'm just like,
you just sort of nothing.
Hi, guys.
That's kind of how I feel. I'm just like, I won't be the marketing manager, but I'm not going to be like, don't listen to it. Don't do it.
Thanks for that.
We appreciate your support.
Yes, if I go up to my friends and I'm like, I'm going to be on my parents' podcast just because, like, I'm going to be so cool like that. They're like, your parent has a podcast? And I'm like, nope.
You don't lead with that when you meet someone new. You're not like, hey, I'm Jose. My mom has a dance podcast.
Yeah, no,
I
did not do
She was
that.
introducing herself as Jose.
You could use my mom has a dance podcast as a 2 truth and a lie. If you ever played that game.
And if people don't really know us that well and what all we do, they probably would not think that was true.
Yeah. Yep. That's a good one.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, if you were not a dancer and had to be thrown into another sport or activity, what is one that you think you might like to try?
I've always thought that volleyball would be kind of fun. So I learned how to play in PE this year. Like, I knew how to play, but we like took a whole unit on it and it was really fun. So I think volleyball would be, or soccer or cheerleading. They all sound fun.
Sure.
I prefer dance though.
So, I'm not very good at games that involve balls.
I love it.
I can't kick, throw, or catch. But I would do something like gymnastics because I'm very bendy and I like doing flips and things like that. So I would probably do gymnastics.
I'm surprised you didn't say theater. That's what I thought you were going to say.
I would do theater. Sorry. Wait, does theater count as a sport though?
Or she
Which
said
is
or
an
activity.
Oh, yes, theater or singing.
Which you guys kind of do
You
some
kinda do.
theater adjacent stuff through dance too.
Yeah, we're very dramatic.
And we love you for it. Okay. Last question. If you had to name one thing that you have learned from being a competitive dancer, and I don't mean like I learned how to do a triple turn, like something you have learned that you can apply to other parts of your life, what would it be? Panchito, go for it.
Okay. I think that like from like competitions, it's just to be like really focused during things because at a competition, like during a convention, the teacher could like give a correction and it can apply to you and it can make you a better dancer.
Yeah, and that's like a situation where you could be easily distracted. Is that what you mean? Like learning to focus in a distracting environment?
Yes.
Yeah, that's great.
Cool.
Again, I don't really know. I've learned a lot about like how to do stuff in life, like not just related to dance. Like stuff they teach us, I don't just apply it in dance, but I apply it in like school and like wherever I am.
What's an example of that?
Like I know you're not doing leaps down the hallway of school.
Actually, I do. My ELA teacher is a dance teacher, so I do that a lot.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
But what kind of give us something like that? You said there's like life things that you've learned, like that don't just help you with dance.
I have learned that if anyone, like a teacher or an older person than me who's in charge of me, is talking or something, I have to stand still.
And dance has been a place for you to practice that.
Yes.
Yeah, because you can't just be like dancing around while your choreographer or your dance teacher is giving you instruction. Yeah, that's good.
And that would apply to other parts of life too, that kind of discipline.
Yeah, because I will not, when I'm 20, go to a job interview and start leaping around the whole place. So, yep, good life lessons right there.
Okay.
Yes, don't leap in job interviews. You can turn off the podcast now, folks. You've learned what you need to learn. Okay, guys. So it is time for you. We're going to flip it a little bit. You guys have prepared some questions that you guys are going to interview us. So for the record, we made a list, but we don't know what order they're asking these in. And they also had free choice to make one random question of their own.
So these are questions that we have kind of been asked by people, along the way. And recently, people have asked us as dance parents for the most part, but some of them are coming straight from Ponche here.
Yes.
Okay, you talk about dance, church, and Disney a good bit. Do you have any other fun hobbies?
Okay. Well, I mean, like, I feel like that stuff takes up a lot of our time.
Yes.
So,
Not a lot of time for other things.
right. Yeah. I mean, that is definitely what my Instagram Reels algorithm looks like, is that stuff. But I mean, I love any kind of live performances. So going to like the Broadway shows, things like that, watching movies and those kinds of things. I don't really have a like other sport or physical hobby I mean, I've done like, I like to do like bar workouts.
Mhm.
Like I do that, but other physical sports and activities, hobbies, like I don't really have time for a whole lot more, but always up to discover new fun things. Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, same. I like to read. I don't have a ton of time for that, but I do always have a book that I'm reading, even if it takes me forever to finish, which it often does.
I'm same with that too.
Yeah, I like to, watch movies with my family. My husband and I like to go to concerts. We do that when we can, but it's just at this life stage, it's hard to get away and do things like that. So, yeah, my day to day is mostly just driving people places and going to work and planning my next Disney trip. But yeah, I also like live performances, Broadway shows. We can go, those exist. We have some big cities within a drive to us. So when we can do stuff like that, we like to go and do that. We also we live in a town where sports, like college sports, is a big deal. So in the fall, tailgating, like to go
Yes,
tailgate,
yes, we do a lot of
a
that.
lot of that, or just going to like a gymnastics meet or a basketball game, or we're lucky to have that kind of stuff. I think we forget about that being a thing that people like drive in for that, but it's just right here. So we like to do that when it's a certain whatever sport season.
Yeah, same. A lot. We do a lot of the same things. We do a lot of things together.
Yes.
Our families are close friends. It's kind of how we ended up in this together.
Yeah.
Going to Disney together is awesome because even though Disney's awesome, going with just your family is kind of sad.
Yeah, because
Okay, well, we just
sometimes
won't do that
Yeah. All
anymore.
right. We don't do that anymore.
That is not what I meant.
no, I still want to go to Disney, and I love going with our family. But maybe just like coming together. Yeah.
Yes, there was this thing on the whatever thing we're filming on, it says Riverside, and I'm pretty sure this is a surprise that we're actually going to stay at Port Orleans Riverside for next week. We're going next week.
You're hoping this whole thing ends with a big surprise Disney trip?
Yes, it definitely
I
is.
hate to disappoint you.
For the listeners that are really confused right now and have no idea what we are talking about, our podcasting platform is called Riverside.
Like Port Orleans Riverside at Disney World. We are going to stay there like next week.
So if it were called Polynesian, would you be even more excited?
Or what if it's called Grand Floridian? Hey,
We stayed at the Grand Floridian 4 weeks ago. I would prefer the Polynesian.
We're just at the Grand Floridian. I
It
think
was
you'll be
awesome.
fine.
I almost stole the paintings on the wall.
Okay, Ponchito, ask the next question.
okay, so my question is, if your kids weren't dancing, what other activities do you think would be fun to be a competitive parent of?
Well, like you said a minute ago, you really like theater. I think it would be fun to be a theater parent. I guess that's competitive. They do have theater competitions. I think show choir would be really fun. That's very dance adjacent, but I have friends who have kids that do show choir, and that seems like a really fun competitive parent activity to do because you still get to go and watch your kids perform. I've never been a huge sports fan. I mean, I think I would make myself become interested and learn about whatever activity my kids were interested in just because that's the way to support them. But something else performance related is what I would like. So I would say theater or show choir.
For me, like literally all of this is always about who's leading it and like what's this community of people that we're in it with. Because if we're going to do it at a competitive level, we're going to be spending a lot of time,
Good point.
energy, money, just community with these people. And so it's really about following the good stuff that's available to us. And so I agree, like the show choir community where we live is amazing. Like they're very, very good. And so, and just supportive people. So I would also enjoy that. But I think just that's what I would pay attention to is like my preference would be less about what the activity is than like who we're in it with. But I know like my sister-in-law was telling me recently, my nephew is on a competitive chess team at his school.
Oh,
And she was just like, I don't know anything about chess. Like, but he loves it. He loves the people he's in it with. He loves the coach. And so she's like, okay, I will learn
guess
about
I'm learning
chess.
about chess now.
And so I mean, that's just what we do.
I would say that my preference would be any activity that is indoors. I don't want to go sit at like a softball field in the cold or the heat. So
We had one little stint. I don't even know, Jose, do you even remember when you tried soccer when you were little?
Yes, I was like 4, and we did soccer, and I'm pretty sure there weren't any balls. We just ran around. But at the end, they gave us popsicles, so that was fun.
Yeah, she did not enjoy it. Like we tried it in the summer, so it was hot and we were camped out in, tailgate chairs and she didn't enjoy it. She didn't want to go on the field. All she wanted was the popsicle and I was just like,
we can just buy popsicles
take
at
me
the
back
store.
to the dance studio where I can sit in air conditioning.
Yes. All right, next question.
Are you ever surprised by our dance's choreography?
Surprised by the choreography, like
You wouldn't think that's what we'd be doing, but it's what we are doing.
I think I'm most surprised. I don't know if this is answering your question. It's actually the choreography, but it's like sometimes we haven't watched you dance for like a long, long time. And then when you come out and you do something, I'm like, I didn't even know that you could do that. And so I guess that's a part of being surprised by choreography are the things that you haven't told us about in advance and that we come to see and that we're just like really impressed with. So yeah.
Yeah, same for me. I think it's more of like not realizing that you're at a level that you're at and seeing choreography that it's like, wow, this is really good. Like, this is not just you guys doing a little, you know, grapevine or a bouncing with your hands on your knees. I mean, y'all haven't done that since you were teeny tiny, but just like seeing the progression and like, wow, you guys are doing some complicated choreography on stage and some cool tricks and turns and moves that I didn't even realize that you guys could do together. Like, you guys are in a small group this year. And the first time I saw you do the small group, it was so sweet and age appropriate for what you guys were doing. But like, it looked good, and I think that's the biggest surprise. Not that I'm ever like, quit doing that. That was your question.
Yeah, is it your lyrical line this year?
Mhm.
Or one of your lines this year, your jazz or your lyrical line, I think the first time I watched it, I was impressed with how synchronized you guys are, because being at that kind of our 10 to 12-year-old age group is what they're in for the lines, like the big routines. And those, they kind of have just flipped the corner of being like really together,
Yeah.
and they, when they're younger, that's harder to do. So
Yeah, I would say this year you guys have gotten like a sharpness in your jazz dances and like a gracefulness in your lyrical that hasn't always been there. When you were like kindergarten and first grade, they were in this dance called Mermaid Party, and it was to a Barbie song, and it was adorable. But I distinctly remember thinking, we've come a long way from Mermaid Party after seeing it this.
there was a lot happening on the stage in the Mermaid Party.
It was really cute, but
It
I was
was
like,
so cute.
we have come a long way from Mermaid Party.
Yeah.
You, me,
All
and
right.
deep blue sea.
Are y'all singing the
Singing the
Mermaid
song?
Party
And
song?
like, just don't care.
Yeah, it's a mermaid party. Splish, splash, the water's perfect.
All right,
You,
next
me,
question.
deep blue sea.
So my question is, what's your favorite part about competition other than watching us dance?
My favorite part about competition, other than watching you dance. So I actually really like the time if it's a convention weekend and it's that Sunday afternoon ish where you guys are in classes and we don't have a hotel room anymore and we're kind of homeless. I like getting to hang out with the other dance moms. I have gone to museums with dance mom friends before during that time. We played mahjong on the floor a couple of weekends ago. I have gotten to know people really well just because you don't get time to sit and talk with people in the weekly studio drop off because we don't go inside our studio. We just drop y'all off and you're mostly just in the car and you don't really get to connect or know people well. So I really like that time on Sundays of a convention weekend to just kind of be with other dance moms and get to know them better.
I was gonna say the exact same thing. Like, yeah, the times when we're finished, because I think the Saturdays when y'all are in convention classes, I'm like steaming costumes and like getting things ready because I know we have to compete that day. But on the Sundays, we're done with all that. And so, yeah, the parents all just like hang out together. We go to brunch sometimes or sit around. Yeah, the Mahjong thing, a couple weeks ago, we were sitting around playing Mahjong on the floor outside of the convention room because the kids had all different lunch breaks. And so my 3 kids were in 3 different age divisions and their lunch breaks were 3 different times. So I was just going to be in this random spot of carpet in a hotel in between 3 different rooms for like 2 hours. And so we set up mahjong in the floor and we had so many people from other studios even come over and be like, tell me about this game and how you play. It was, man, the mahjong where has that been? Like all of a sudden this year, it's been so great having that be a part of what we're doing. And we may not do it every single week. I mean, we have another event in a few weeks and it's near a really great shopping center. So we may be going shopping during that time. We'll see.
So while I'm doing all these convention classes, y'all are going shopping? This is not fair.
You're sad during convention classes?
Yeah, I don't like convention classes.
I love them. They're so fun.
No, they are not.
Everyone has different
I
opinions
think
about things.
Jose has shared before that the convention classes are probably her least favorite part of
They are.
doing competitive dance just because of the big chaotic rooms of lots of people, that kind of thing. Is that right?
Yeah, I also just want to go eat kava.
You're tired at that point. I get
Yes.
it.
Also, when you're doing a convention, it's like people don't understand what space is called. Like everyone runs up to the front and then it's like there's like plenty of room in the back. So I'm just like, oh yeah, I have all this room to dance and have so much fun while everyone's like smooshed together.
I don't like the back or the front because in the front, everyone's crowded over there. But in the back, you cannot see what anyone's doing. I want to go on the side and eat from my snackle box and sit on the ground. I can judge you people.
All right, next question. Conchito, you're up.
No, it's Jose's turn.
Okay.
Whoever.
As Christians, what do you do about the fact that dance can expose kids to music, costuming or choreography that may be considered inappropriate?
That's a good question that some people have asked us. I would say, well, first of all, finding a studio where you're kind of aligned in those ways is good. I don't ever worry about our kids actually in the studio having any of that. But when we go to events, you do see other studios that just make different choices about those kinds of things. And I think we've had great leaders who have kind of prepared our kids for like awareness of that. And like, okay, we might see people making those choices, but it doesn't mean that's what we're going to do.
And we also don't have to talk negatively about it when other people are
No,
doing that either.
no. And I do feel like, I think we've talked about this on a previous podcast, but that like, I don't really want my kids to be 18 and walk out of my house the first time they realize that there's people in the world that have different values than they do.
Yes.
So for them to kind of be exposed to that in small doses while they're kids and I'm right there with them and we can talk about it feels like a really great opportunity. And so that's just kind of how I've seen it. But I will say there have been a couple times that I've watched a routine competing on stage and the choreography and costume combo especially feels a little over the line with what I would be comfortable with. And I think we just like become aware of which studios those are and we maybe just don't watch a lot of their routines, and just kind of keep a little bit of a distance.
Yeah. Yeah, same. I mean, I think any situation that I'm presented with an opportunity to talk through some things like that with my kids, that's a good thing that we can talk about, like maybe why that choreographer chose that or what it meant to that person and why we don't fall into that same thought pattern or choose to do that. But I think any situation like that that gives us an open door into having those kind of conversations with our kids about what's important to our family and their values is a good opportunity.
I also think there's certain ages that you can do that with a little more than others.
Mhm.
Like, I know, like, definitely my 15-year-old, and I think, Jose, you would probably think this is true as well. Like, sometimes you go into convention classes and maybe there's like a master class teacher that's doing some choreography that you're not super comfortable with. And, like, I know my oldest will say, like, I just kind of modify it a little bit and I learned to do it in a way that I'm comfortable. My 9-year-old is like, "That was fun," and, like, completely kind of unaware, I think. So,
Sure.
there's a level of that.
Yeah, so at the dance competition that we went to, was it last weekend? Yeah. The jazz funk, it was like it was just like weird, I guess. It was like it wasn't that bad for us. I feel like it was worse for
Y'all compared notes and you know that they had choreography that was a little more extreme than yours?
uh
I gotcha.
ours is like less inappropriate, but there's like
When you fall into that age group, though, like y'all's older sisters are in, where they're in there with 18-year-olds, high school seniors, and they're on kind of the younger end of things, it is more likely that they might be asked to do something that they're not comfortable with. But that is a great time to just have the conversation about you are in control of what you do and don't do. And there is a respectful way to approach that so that you're not doing something that you don't want to be doing. And
Sure.
that can apply to a lot of things.
There was one time where I won a scholarship to go do a convention, and there was something that we did that I was not very comfortable with. So I didn't do it. I did a different version of it.
Yeah, and that's, like, being a great dancer too, is learning how, like, to make those modifications and that you can do what works for you and make a substitution, I guess.
And if that means that you're not chosen for something, then oh well. Like it is more important that you stuck to your morals and values and knew what was right for you and what wasn't right for you. And, those kind of things like don't matter.
Do y'all have one more favorite question? Decide which one it is. This is gonna be the last one before we shift.
what has been your favorite location for a dance competition?
Oh, okay. So,
I feel
I
like we're going to say the same one.
yeah, I it's weird. It's a weird tie, but I think my favorite, there's one that's like this really upscale shopping and dining area in Atlanta called the Avalon.
That's what we
And we
said.
love going there because it's like this boutique hotel and they like allow pets. Like there's people walking around with their froofy little dogs everywhere. It's so cute.
We should
And
bring our
and
dog.
like all of the shops have like little like pet bowls out on the sidewalk, and they have all the good stores, all the good restaurants, and so
It's all very walkable,
we
all
like
in the
being
same
there.
area.
The only drawback to that venue is that the hotel itself is not very big, so the competition part of it is pretty chaotic because everybody's like crammed in these hallways for like lunches during convention classes and stuff like that. It's like you cannot move or find people. So that part's a little crazy, but I love that venue.
Yes, that's my favorite one too. That my only other downside to that is that there's only 2 elevators and they are slow. So the elevator situation at the end of like after awards when everybody is trying to go back up to their room, I have hauled our dance duffel bag full of stuff up like 9 flights of stairs at that hotel because there was one year that of the 2 elevators, one of them was out of order. So there was one elevator and yeah, that's my only criticism, but I love how easy and compact everything is there. It's my favorite
And you
still.
don't have to move your car. And the best one was the time that we got snowed in there
That was fun.
and we were like outside having like snowball fights and stuff.
Yes. We made husbands out of snowmen. And they were like pretty small actually. And there's a Starbucks, so that was nice. But then I got attacked by snow from
The
all my
weekend of the
friends.
snowstorm, the Avalon actually put up their Starbucks like employees in the hotel to make sure that everyone was adequately Starbucksed up.
And when we say snowed in, we mean like maybe 4 inches of snow.
Nobody could go anywhere.
It wasn't a ton, but we don't get snow here, so it was a big deal to us.
We ran around the shopping centers because there were no cars.
Yeah, like in the street.
Wasn't there a birthday party also that was happening?
We've done
Oh.
lots of
We've
birthday
done
parties
birthday
there.
parties
That
there
was
before.
a different year.
It was
It was-
snowing though.
That we used to there were a couple years in a row that we had a competition at that location near Jose's birthday.
Us.
And her older sister's birthday.
Yeah.
Food.
There's a cool cheesecake place there that's good to get.
Mhm. And there's a good ice cream place
There's
too.
no Cheesecake Factory though. Sad.
Okay, so we thought to kind of wrap up with you guys, we're going to do one more thing. We're going to do a little game. Okay. So here is how this game's going to go. Y'all are competing for points. And I guess like I meant to get a buzzer, but I don't have one. So you need to, if you want to answer, go ding. Just make a ding noise
Ding.
and we'll call on you. Okay. And I want you, these are going to be riddles, like clues about items or stuff around a dance convention weekend. And you have to guess what the thing is. Okay. All right. So here's the
Got it.
first one. This sticky item is usually in shreds by the end of a convention weekend and sometimes will ruin your clothes, but it can be kept more intact using safety pins.
I have no clue.
I don't know.
We have no clue.
Ding. I have one thing, but it's probably not right. Booty glue.
No.
That's what I
No.
would have guessed.
Okay. The answer is your convention number.
How is it sticky?
They peel off
They
on the
have
back.
peel-off
Sometimes
stickers,
they're peel-off stickers.
But it can ruin your clothes, but you could keep it from doing that if you use safety pins instead.
That was not a good riddle.
Okay, let's
Okay,
try the next one.
Next one.
All right. Ballet mixed with acro, hip hop mixed with contemporary, or something just totally outside of the box. This is what you would call this style of dance.
Ding. Jazz funk.
No.
Ding. Contemporary.
She's
No.
gonna name them all.
Well, you said ballet mixed with acro, which is contemporary, and then you said, ding, open.
You
Yay,
got it.
You got it.
Okay, 1 point for Jose.
All right.
Are y'all keeping score? Like, give yourself some tally marks or something. Okay.
Hang on.
All right. All right. It is never big enough. It accentuates every noise, and it often has stairs that make things complicated. But this surface is the dream spot for dancers in a convention room.
Ding. Is it the little like a tap spot on the convention floor?
Oh, that's a good guess, but it doesn't have stairs.
Oh, right.
Ding, the stage.
Yeah, Jose, you
I'm
got another
cooking.
one.
I'm so good at this.
Okay, this is the thing that is waited on the most at a dance convention.
Ding, the elevator.
Yes,
God.
Jose, you're
I'm
killing
so
it.
good at this.
Okay. This is way harder to fold than it needs to be. Brightly colored.
Ding, pop-up pod.
You got it.
Yes, you
I'll
got it.
finish my clue though, and it's perfect for giving yourself alone time or a mini party if that's your style.
Ding, pop-up pod. Does that count?
I already got it.
I'm pretty sure y'all have gone in one at the same time before.
That's what I mean. A mini party.
With my friend. I did
Yeah.
it
It
at
was
the
me.
last competition.
was me.
These are, if you're listening and you're not in this world, these are like changing tents that they use for when they have to change costumes.
I just got it when you said it was difficult to fold because you're always like, I can't do this.
It is hard.
And you're going to need like 5 people to fold it.
All right. Quick change hairstyle swap with lots of gel to work through. Name 2 tools that will help.
Ding, smoothie brush, and gel.
Oh, you got 50%. Smoothie brush is the bristle brush. That's what she calls it. And
Okay,
you got
okay.
50% of it. What else would you use with the
I mean,
smoothie brush?
you could use gel, but you're trying to get the
gel out. What would you use with the smoothie brush? We don't really use it.
Well, that's hard.
Do we use it?
Yeah, we're gonna give Panchito credit for this one.
You
Yeah,
get
she
half
did.
a point.
but I said a spray bottle.
A spray bottle.
So you
spray
use
with
the
water.
spray
like
with
that?
water, and
We
then
do
use
not
that
use
bristle
that.
brush.
I think
Yeah.
I should get the point for that.
Yep, you do.
Fine.
Take it.
Well, because for you, I do use the bristle brush to get it out, and then once I've moved your hair, I just put more gel in it to cover up the
Yeah,
flakes.
So you can
That's
see we have
why-
different strategies
Yep.
for this.
That's why I thought it was the smoothie brush and gel.
And gel.
What
Yeah,
the
that's what we
hell?
use. You're right.
Put
Okay, point for Panchito.
My bad.
Okay, next. If you see like a little kid dancer crying in the dressing room, this is the most likely beauty item to blame.
ding, the little
I got it.
the fake eyelashes.
Absolutely,
that's
yes.
it.
I knew it was that one.
Okay. Whether on a headpiece, on gloves, or all over, this add-on accessory was part of almost every dancer at our studios.
Ding, booty glue.
I said
No, let her
No,
finish.
Let me finish. This
Scoot back.
add-on accessory was a part of almost every dancer at our studio's costume last season, leaving traces of our presence everywhere we went.
Ding, feathers.
Yes,
Yes.
feather.
I was
Feathers.
going to say feathers, and I said ding.
I still
before
keep
her.
finding feathers
They're everywhere.
I said
from
ding
last
before
year.
her.
Okay. This is the universal meetup spot for any dancers, parents, and teachers before and after routines and awards.
Ding, the dressing room.
Dressing
Yes,
room.
very good. This item is always lost when you need it most, magically reappears when you don't need it, and is responsible for holding those stray hairs in place.
Ding, hairspray.
No.
Ding, gel.
Listen, always lost when you need it most, but magically reappears when you don't need it.
I have no clue.
I feel like they don't reappear for us ever.
Ding,
But they do for us.
y'all.
Yes. Yes.
We,
Y'all.
we are never there
we are
when you
never
need
there
us.
when you need us.
You
Amazing.
aren't. You're going to watch other dances.
No, the answer is bobby pins. We find those all over the floor, on every surface, in the car, in the bottoms of dance bags.
But they don't disappear. We
yes,
just,
they do. Whenever
for
you
us,
need
they
them,
don't.
they are not around.
For us, they don't. Because my mom, he keeps like a secret stash or whatever of them in the bag.
I have like public bobby pin containers and private
Maybe
bobby
I need a
pin
private
containers.
stash
Because and same is true for anything that we can't buy at our local stores. Like if I would have had to order it from
like a
Amazon.
hairpin.
Yeah.
Well, Panchito and her sister are both terrible about telling me they have them, plenty of them, and then when the time comes, they actually don't have them anywhere because they have been thrown on a counter or a table or in the floor, and they get caught in my vacuum cleaner every single time I try to run the vacuum.
Actually, that's not me. That's only.
Yeah, it's more the bun pins that I
Yes.
keep the secret stash.
That
of.
is my older sister, not me.
It's my older sister, not me.
Okay.
Okay,
I
last
have them.
I
one.
put them in a bag.
What are the points? Is this a tiebreaker or is it kind of a runaway?
3 and 5. I
I-
have 3, and Jose has 5.
Okay, you can bring it closer. Here we go. This is the unofficial competition sport of seeing who can get ready the fastest.
What do we call that?
Ding, racing.
let's say in between routines.
Being quick changing.
There you go.
Yeah, that's it. All right.
We don't compete for that.
I beat
We
you by
basically
3.
do, though.
Yes, we do, because you're always so stressed out when everybody else is ready and you're not.
Yep.
But I'm always ready. Why are you using me?
So maybe you're the winner of the quick change.
I am not.
I am. I'm very quick.
All right. So Jose is our winner.
Yas.
Congratulations, Jose.
So this is how we end every episode. So we're going to ask Ponche over here to answer this question, and then we're going to let you guys ask us, and we'll answer as well. So because the show is called It's Not Really About Dance, what is it really about for you this week? Jose, you can go first.
I have an answer prepared, so
Okay,
can
go
I go
ahead.
first?
That's fine. Panchito, go first.
Okay, so what it's been about this week is really just like being focused. And I've been thinking about a lot of things because ACAP has been this past week.
That's your school standardized
Our school
testing.
standardized testing.
Yeah. So it's just like being prepared and focused and like trying not to freak out.
Yeah, you've been like going to bed on time and making sure you eat a good breakfast and all of those things because you've been testing all week. Yeah, that's
Okay.
good.
What about for you?
So, this past week or two, I've been having moments where I'll like pass out or like feel like I'm about to pass out, and I don't know why. So, it started when I was at PE, not this week, but like the week before. And I was passed out at PE, and then at the dance competition the next day, I was backstage and I was passed out, and we didn't know why. Then on Tuesday, wasn't it Tuesday or Wednesday?
It was one day midweek. Yes, this week.
The same thing happened, and so I checked out and went home, and I went to the doctor to get a blood test, and we get the results on Monday, yeah. And they didn't know it was wrong. And then on Thursday, I had a panic attack in the morning, and I didn't know why. And so it's just been like really complicated trying to figure out like what's been going on.
Yeah, so you got some
It's a
big
stressful
stuff
week.
in your world. We're trying to find out what's contributing to some just hard moments that we've been living lately. So lots
Yeah.
of doctors we're going to see several specialists.
And I've been like eating breakfast in the morning pretty much, but that doesn't seem to help. Water doesn't really help.
That's hard.
So life of a dancer is not always easy.
We have
It's never
definitely
easy.
we have definitely traveled down that road with some things too. So
It's not easy.
It never has been.
Would people
Okay.
think it's easy? Because it's
What is it really about for you?
So for me lately, it has been about Chesterfield. So this is an inside joke. Our families were together on spring break, and Sarah's husband decided one day, he said, how many people do you think I can spot in a day that have a knee brace on at Disney World? And we were like, I haven't seen any knee braces. And he's like, I bet I can see 99. And so anyway, we started this game of hunting for knee braces, and we realized we couldn't walk around and point and shout knee brace. And so we put a code name of Chesterfield on it. Well, our families, I mean, all 9 of us just rallied around this, and it was so fun that like we were just like hunting for random things that we never knew to look for. So we decided the next day to add another thing, and we looked for the Disney Brooks
yeah, the
sneaker.
shoes.
And if we found one that was from the day before, we would say Yester Chester.
Yes, Chester.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's just become this thing of like our 2 families have this Chesterfield of like, what's the Chesterfield of the day? Because we added one every day. So last week we're at dance competition and like randomly we decided that Chesterfield of the day was going to be routines with breath noises. Because
Part of our game was that you had to pick, like we picked a number and it was usually 15.5, and you had to declare if you thought the total number at the end of the day would be over or under 15.5. So we did this at the dance competition.
yeah, and we were finding there were definitely more than that many routines with breath noises.
Yes, some of ours contributing to
We
it.
had a few of our
There was one dance that the girl would growl at us. Like she'd just be like,
Well, that
The entire
was a
day.
Chesterfield.
It was
We had
really
a text
weird.
group going with the teenagers.
And it's just like randomly, they're like, we're all over this venue, like doing all different things. And you would just get a text,
Chesterfield.
And like everybody's doing it at the same time, even though we're not sitting together. It's just been a really fun, like, thing to rally, like, everybody from the 9-year-old to the 46-year-old.
Yes, it was fun. I like the Chesterfield game. We should keep it going. Okay, for me, this week has been about the TV show Downton Abbey.
You're throwing it back.
I am. So I came our first dance competition 2 weeks ago. I came back with a cold, like a nasty cold. So I was one of those where you're not sick enough to not go to work, but you don't feel great. So I was coming home and just kind of like laying in the bed or on the couch. And I don't really watch TV by myself very often, but I found myself in a situation where I needed to. And the first time I watched Downton Abbey was when I was home on maternity leave with my teenager. So this was like 14 years ago. And I never watched that final movie that came out a couple years ago. And I was like, oh, I should watch that. And I thought, no, I'm going to rewatch the entire series. So I have been spending my every waking moment watching Downton Abbey, and I'm very into it because I've forgotten a lot of what happened.
Is it as much of an emotional roller coaster the second time?
Absolutely.
It's heavy.
It's worse because I'm watching I'm on season 2 and I already know who's going to die, and it's making me real sad.
Like,
But
What
I
is
really
this show?
telling people what not to do and where not to go so
Yes,
they don't.
Don't do it.
Is it like
Don't
an
get in
adult
that
show?
car.
Right.
Yes, it's a show, tweens, that's set in like the early 1910s in England. They have this big manor house, and it's all about the like wealthy family who lives there, but also the servants who work for, not servants, but they're like,
No, they are.
they are who work for them.
So it's like there's the upstairs house, which is like the
The
wealthy
lord
people.
of the,
And
Lord
then there's the
Grantham.
downstairs, like the basement is where all the servants live and work. And it's like the stories of all the
sad.
people. It's very interesting.
It's very interesting.
What are you
So
saying about
we-
people are dying?
Yeah, we just got through World War One, so that the war just ended on the episode I watched last night.
I remember when they like
Can I
get
watch this?
lights in the house or something, or a
Oh,
telephone,
yes, the
or something.
telephone.
When
and,
was
like,
this made?
It was, I think it came out in like 2011 or 2012, but it's set in the early 1900s.
Isn't the actor of Professor McGonagall in it?
Yes, she is. She's Lady Grantham.
Yep.
Ooh.
I want to be Lady Grantham when I
Wait,
grow
World
up.
War One
you
was
don't-
not in the early 1910s.
Please, no. No, you don't. Take it back.
World War One was not in the early 1910s. I didn't think. I thought it was in like the 20s and 30s.
No, that's World War II was in the
Well, I think the
40s.
first episode follows the Titanic.
Yeah,
Like that's the kickoff.
the first episode is the newspaper coming out, and one of their relatives was on the Titanic, and they think that he has died. So it
But he
starts with
didn't.
that, and now we are like it's like 1918, and World War One just ended.
But he's not actually dead. He's just a hitchhiking ghost now. I bet his name is Gus.
That's
Yes,
it.
He's Gus, the
we
little
always
short
bring it
one.
back to Disney.
The
here.
short one.
Okay.
All right.
This has been fun. We, obviously these guests are close to us. We're going to have someday down the road, we'll have some future guests that don't live in our house. But we thought it would be a fun kickoff of this type of episode to just have a back and forth interview with these fun girls. And so that'll be kind of it for today.
Yeah, thanks so much for listening. You can follow us on Instagram at Not Really About Dance, or if you have questions that you want to send in, you can email us notreallyaboutdance@gmail.com. And we should be back on track now with our regularly scheduled programming. So we'll be back in 2 weeks with a new episode, and we hope that you'll join us then.
Bye.
Bye.
Once again, I'm Jose.
And I'm Ponchita.